Let's say, Chris, you are you like the keywords that you have in place and you've done the best job you can do with them, and that's not your problem. Let's say your problem is that you're not getting sales, you're not getting leads, you're not getting conversions inside of the Google Ads account. And that's the thing that you have a problem with, and that's what you want to optimize for. That's what you want to focus on. What are some simple steps that people should focus on to get more conversions inside of Google Ads, get more sales, get more leads, and ultimately what this is doing is improving your conversion rate. So how does one improve their conversion rate and get more leads and sales inside of Google Ads, Chris?
Yeah. So if you don't think that quality of traffic is an issue, you're fairly certain that, yeah, these are great searches. I can look at my search term and this is clean, but I'm not getting sales. So if you want to improve your conversion rate, if you don't think that the problem is quality and you're just getting no sales, no leads, number one, do you have a clear message on your website, call to action? I recently, Jason, learned about a whole industry of things where you can go to a website and you can pay people to spend 1 minute on your website and give you reactions to what they see on your site.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name a specific service for this because they don't pay us, so I'm not going to say it. But there's an industry that does that where you can pay,
Is this
$20.
like a focus test, like a focus group,
Yeah.
like where they have a poll of people in a room, but this is people looking at your website,
Yeah,
giving feedback? Cool.
you pay $20, you can get 20 people to come look at your site, and this is amazing. If you run a website and you're not getting conversions, maybe you need a third party to tell you that your website sucks and why it sucks. And just normal everyday people will come to your site and say, "Oh, it looks like, I don't know, this company does something like baby services or something." And what you do is you sell water filtration, but all over your site you have pictures of babies drinking water, because you think you're evicting some kind of emotional response by seeing babies drinking water. Take care of the babies. You want pure water for babies. You're getting the wrong message across. This is not a clear call to action. This is not a clear message. So one thought there. Maybe it's that. Does your website answer the visitor's number one question? That's another thing you can ask yourself. And then if you still aren't seeing it, pull up your website and pull up a competitor's website and get someone else to point out the differences. Don't do it yourself. The main thing, pull yourself out of this. That is the main message I want to say. And then last, broken conversion tracking might be it. Maybe you're not tracking phone calls and you're not getting that information into Google Ads. Maybe you are getting leads and you need to fix your conversion tracking. Maybe you are getting sales, but it's just not tracking properly. So that's something else as well. That would be the best situation. But I'll tell you, most of the time it's those top three that usually cause the most. Usually it's because you got some bad messages. You have got bad headlines. Call to action is bad. Everything's just off.
Yeah, and there's another aspect between the keyword search and the landing on the website, and that's of course the ad copy that they click on. And Google says this in their documentation: you want to give people what you're telling them in the ads that you're going to give them. And so what I always say is you need this seamless line of relevance between what was in their head, what they typed in Google, the search term, your ad copy, what they read about your business, and then the page they end up on after they click on your ad. And then whatever your goal is, whether it's phone calls, if it's phone calls, you need a big phone number and you need to prioritize that. If it's lead forms, you need to ideally have a lead form on that page that they're taken to, if possible. But you just want to give some thought about, what are my goals of the kind of conversions I want to get? Is my website set up for that? But there's one other aspect here, Chris, that can hurt a conversion rate, and that's the intent of the keywords. And I see this a lot of times with business owners when we're doing consulting. They like their keyword list. They think their keyword list makes sense. But then when you kind of break it down with them and you look at some of the search terms that come from those keywords, and a powerful one for me, when we go to Google and we do a search in Google and we look at the organic search results on that search, is the intent what you're advertising for? And
yeah.
Obviously it's going to be very close, because if you like your keywords, it's going to be close. However, there is some issues where like people are doing a keyword search that shows they want to contact you, like a keyword with the word near me, or a keyword with the geography in there, like Dallas, Texas, at the end of whatever topic you're advertising for. But there's also kinds of keywords where they're not ready to contact you and they just want to compare different companies and think. And that might be a keyword like moving company prices. That might have a lower conversion rate than movers near me or whatever your industry is. And so you want to give some thought to that. And it all comes down to a question of budget. Can you spend your full budget on the high intent searches that convert at the highest rate? If you can, you can't go wrong doing that. And then if you can, and you're using a ton of your budget for shopping keywords and kind of informational search keywords where the person might be ready to contact you or they might not, you might be kind of not getting the most use of your budget due to the intent of the keywords that you're showing up on. So that's a big one for me when it comes to conversion rate, Chris. And you see that, by the way, in the conversion rates. That's another way to judge the intent, even if you kind of don't know what's in the person's head, or if it's not clear when you do the organic search. Look at the conversion rates. That column will kind of tell you what's going on.
One example I'll give. You're a chiropractor, and most of your traffic is about back pain. Perfect example. You think your traffic is exactly what you should be getting, but in fact, just like Jason said, it's the intent of the user. Look up the word back pain on google.com, and you'll realize these aren't people looking for chiropractors. These are people that have back pain that want to buy a device or want to take medication or are just looking for answers of some kind. And there's a billion different answers.
Well, it's a range.
Chiropractor.
It's a range. Maybe 5%, 15, 20% of the people searching back pain are willing and open to calling a chiropractor right now. But then why not use your budget first on the keywords where 97% of them are chiropractors near me?
Absolutely.
And you can increase that conversion rate